Happy day, friends. If you are a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, then this weekly reading is for you. This is your weekly reading for the week of March 19th through March 25th. And for you this week, water signs, the energy feels a bit more calm, like God is calling you into a much quieter space this week. So last week during the reading, we talked a lot about grief and how you were holding on to this grief, and spirit really wanted you to let it go, to give it up, to surrender it last week. And this week, if you integrated what was shared during last week's weekly reading, well, then this week, Spirit is calling you into a space of just stillness and quiet. And so I pulled the Movement, Choices, and Decisions Oracle card for you. And as I was shuffling the cards, I had this image of a teepee come through. And what that means, as I kind of meditated for a couple of minutes over that, is that God is calling you into your dwelling place. Okay, your spirit is calling you into your dwelling place, whatever that might mean for you. But let's look at it as your spirit is calling you into this inner temple, right? This inner temple. So this week, Spirit really wants you to prioritize stillness, and Spirit really wants you to prioritize quiet time. And really, Spirit is like, we want you to cultivate this space within yourself that you can go to and that you can turn to. And really, it's kind of connected to last week's reading, right? It's like a continuation of last week's reading, whereas we were talking about grief last week, and this week, Spirit's calling you into this quiet space, and Spirit is really asking you to prioritize creating for yourself this space within yourself that you can turn to, that you can go to when you do experience sadness, when you do experience grief. So there's a lot of letting go of vices, I'm hearing. Water sign spirit is like those vices that you turn to in your moments of sadness, when you're moving through grief, when you are, feeling the anxiety. Those vices, you got to let those go, is what I'm hearing spirit say. And in order for you to do that, you have to be able, Spirit is inviting you or asking you to cultivate this space within yourself that you can turn to, so that you can move through the grief, the sadness, the anxiety, in a way that uplifts you rather than hinders you or stunts your growth, right? Spirit really wants you to take a new perspective with moving through grief and sadness. Spirit is like, if you can take the approach of, how am I being asked to evolve and grow through this, then you'll find yourself not as stuck. Okay, a lot of times when grief, sadness, those things come up for you, you tend to be stuck in them. And so now Spirit is saying, let's create this safe space within yourself so that you can move through it, evolve past it, so that you don't remain stuck. All right, water signs. And part of the reason too, with the Movement, Choices, and Decisions Oracle card, that Spirit is asking you to prioritize going into this quiet space, is because Spirit really, your spirit, water signs, it feels like there's, again, movement, choices, and decisions. And I was about to say, it feels like there's some movement, but yes, it feels like there's movement on the horizon for you. But the reason why Spirit is calling you into this quiet space, okay, is because before you make any decisions, before you choose to go here, to go there, Spirit really wants you to tend to yourself, tend to your heart, tend to your mind, tend to your body. Really pay attention to what it is that you need, because as you connect with your needs, right, as you contemplate over what it is that you need, as you contemplate over your heart's desires, that will help guide you. right? Whereas if you're staying stuck in the grief and the sadness, if you're staying stuck in those feelings, then those things will dictate where you go. It'll dictate your decisions, and spirit wants you to make decisions with a clear mind. All right, so that's why you're being called into this quiet space, is so that you can gain clarity on the direction that you're supposed to be going in, and so that you can make decisions and choices about where you're going to go, again with a clear mind. Okay, and we have the Queen of Cups. All right, we have the Queen of Cups. So definitely, with the Queen of Cups, really what I'm hearing is holding space. Okay, Queen of Cups, very nurturing energy, understanding energy, just spirit is like, yes, this week through the Queen of Cups, definitely hearing hold space. That's what I'm hearing whenever I see this, whenever I look at her. I'm hearing water signs. It's very important for you to kind of tuck in. I like to say go into your shell, right? I like turtles. I'm not gonna say I love turtles, but I like turtles. And something that I used to always say is, I'm going into my shell. And so that's kind of what spirit is asking you to do, is to go into your shell and to tuck yourself into yourself so that you can nurture your heart, nurture yourself. Okay. And then 10 of Cups. All right, 10 of Cups. So wherever you go, what I'm hearing is wherever you go, spirit wants you to know that there's going to be support there. Okay, there's going to be support from God, and then it feels like too there's going to be support. So if you've been kind of thinking about and contemplating moving, or just kind of creating again some movement, spirit really wants you to consider putting yourself in a space where you know that you'll be supported, even if it's a place where you kind of, you wouldn't really see yourself going. But again, remember, we're making spirit led decisions. And so spirit is like, get out of your head. Just because you didn't see yourself going there doesn't mean that that's not where you're supposed to go, right? And so through the 10 of Cups, spirit is really showing me again the new beginnings, and these new beginnings will be supported not just by God but by community. It feels like there's, wherever it is that you're being called, or that you might be, where your spirit is encouraging you to go, it feels like there's already community established there, right? And then we have the 7 of Cups. So again, what did I just say? If it's a place where you kind of get in your head about it, and you're doubting whether or not you should go there, you're questioning like, oh, why would I go there? What's there for me? Or God is letting you know, spirit is letting you know what's there for you. It's support, it's community. And so spirit is like, listen, stop asking the questions. Just trust the will of your heart. Trust the will of your soul. Trust God's guidance. Okay, don't allow the questions to hold you back. Don't allow the doubt and the questions to keep you from moving forward into a space that could very well benefit your well-being right now, okay, during this season of life. So Scorpio, your clarifying card is the 5 of Coins. Okay, 5 of Coins, Scorpio. Through the 5 of Coins, Scorpio, spirit is basically just saying to you, look up. Look up, okay? Because some of the things that you've left behind out of fear or out of frustration, spirit is saying look up, because those things are coming back into your experience, and spirit wants you to look at them through a new lens. All right. And then for you, Pisces, we have the Knight of Wands. So definitely spirit is calling you, asking you, sending you on a new journey, and you will be supported. You have everything you need to take on this journey, Scorpio, or Pisces. You have, and then for you, Cancer, we have 2 of Wands. So sometimes, Cancer, it feels like you don't believe that you can live a beautiful life, and you can.